I was just thinking about the voice acting of old. You know which one I'm talking about. The voice acting from the 90s, from the early 2000s. The terrible one. The terrible one, or just out of place one. And I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Bart's Blade. He does long videos about the Elder Scrolls series and other ones. And I remembered those games. And for example, in Morrowind, there was some voice acting, like important characters had it, like the Daedric Princes. All their quests had voice acting. Or the Daedric Princes themselves had voice acting. And it was a big game, Morrowind. It was the game that saved the whole Bethesda studio. And if it wasn't as good as it was, we wouldn't have Oblivion, we wouldn't have Skyrim, we wouldn't have ESO, we wouldn't have any of those games. We wouldn't have the third Fallout, and we wouldn't have the Fallout New Vegas, because Obsidian will never get it again. So yeah, put some respect on Morrowind. But I'm talking about voice acting here. My stupid mind just to be somewhere else there. And the voice acting in Morrowind, like some characters have it, like I said, Daedric Princes, because they are important characters at the beginning. My camera is just going to... What the hell is my camera doing? The Daedric Princes, the characters in the beginning, they have it. Because it's the beginning of the game, we must show that, characters have voice acting. And then some characters have random voice lines, like when they attack you, when they walk to you and speak like one line, something like that. Daig of Ur has voice lines, the best voice lines that are in the game. And I watched this video, and there's one character that just Bethesda chose randomly not to give voice acting to like Vivek, or more voice acting to Almalexia, or any other important character. No, they chose to give voice acting lines to a guy who is crazy, who makes sweets. Those sweets are actually drugs. Of course, I'm talking about Uncle Sweetshare here. Why does one crazy Sheogorath worshipper who drugs people because he thinks he gives them candy, why does he have voice acting but other characters of importance don't? It's just, I love the voice acting. That's why I love the voice acting of old, because you just get some random shit like this, and it sounds bad and it sounds good at the same time.
Hee, ha-ho, to the workshop he will go. My uncle's candy is so sweet. It's such a yummy winter's treat.
I love it. He literally is the greatest champion of the Prince of Madness, because his voice acting is stuck in my head.
Candy, he makes so much. Uncle Sweetshare has a magic touch.
It is stuck in my head. I did I did a video where I was summoning Maharaga in 3 languages, Maharaga from JJK. I was thinking about saying Uncle Sweetshare's lines in Polish and Icelandic. Why does he have voice acting? It's hilarious. I love it. I love things like this. And that's why Morrowind is the GOAT. It is. We need a remake of Morrowind. And just I don't know how to feel about his voice, because at the same time it's bad, but at the same time it's good. And many of this voice acting was like this. Much of it was completely missing the point. The other ones were okay, but also you had gems like Legacy of Kain, and the voice acting there just...
Go now. Play out your pitiful rebellion and take your place among the destroyed, the used, and the damned. But know this, you are mine for eternity. You have always been and will always be my soul reaver.
Amazing. And that's all I wanted to ramble about. I just miss those times of early 2000s where just voice acting was all over the place. It still is many times. It still is. At at least their voice actors were doing their jobs and weren't trying to manipulate people. Yeah, that's a little bit sad what's happening right now. But like I said, Genshin Impact, it is not worth to talk about. The game is trash. I'm just addicted to it. And I'm not gonna continue like making videos about it. I can talk about it, I can use like gameplay of it, but I don't recommend it. Don't play this game. It's not worth your time. It went full on Gunner because once the game, it had like 60% female to 40% male characters, right? But now it's just like 80% females and no one 5-star male happen. But nobody cares about Genshin. We are talking about more in the old voice acting here. Here you see how my mind works. It really doesn't. But okay, that's all I wanted to say before I begin to speak about something else. Have a good day. Goodbye.